All right, how's it going? I am some random chili head, and today I'm going to be reviewing the Volcanus by Inferno Farms. So, um, initially, straight from the grocery store, I got this at my local Rayleigh's. If you can't find it online, I'll also provide a link in the description after I finish making the video. But my initial impression was that it is very, very spicy for what you would typically get at a supermarket. A lot of hot sauces at supermarkets typically do not, that say they're really spicy, typically don't pack very much heat or maybe slightly underwhelming for people that have been diving into, you know, hotter sauces and whatnot, apart from extracts, because extracts are so cheap. But yeah, let's take a quick look at how the sauce pours. It pours. You can see it's very, very liquidy. It has it's it's slightly more bodied and chunkier than like the regular like Tabasco sauces, but it's pretty liquidy. You can see here, according to them, it is. I don't know if you can see that, but extra hot. So it's a very, very spicy one. Let's see if we can get a whiff of the aroma. Uh, Very, very citrusy smelling. I'm immediately hit with the smell of like lime juice and like carrot, lime juice and carrot. It's a very pleasant aroma. Um, I would give it. Uh, I give it about a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10. It's between a 9 and a 10 out of 10. That's what I would give it. And yeah, let's go through the ingredients. First ingredient is apple cider vinegar, carrot, fresh lime juice, Carolina Reaper pepper, which I can tell they use quite a bit more Carolina Reaper pepper in this one than they did in the Illuminati. I mean, this is at least twice as hot. If I was accurate with my Scoville estimations of the Illuminati, this is at least 2 or 3 times hotter. So yeah, sweet onion, ginger root, garlic, water, sea salt, spices, and xanthan gum. Which, if we look at the texture of this obviously needed xanthan gum because it's a very, very thin sauce as it is. So, yeah, good move on their part. Let's get it shook up. And I now have a paper towel to help handle any unnecessary spilling because I don't want to get anything dirty this time. It's already happened like maybe 2 or 3 times in a row. I don't want it to happen again. But yeah, let me see if I can get a good pour here. Um, yeah, it's so liquidy, it's hard to get a good pour. But if we take a look right here, you can actually see that it's pretty thin. It has you know a very, very strong body of vinegar, and it looks pretty nice. It's got a a velvety look to it. But yeah, let me go ahead and take a taste. And I'll comment on flavor and heat. Mm. And texture too. So immediately I am hit with a bit of lime juice and vinegar. After a few seconds, I start really being able to taste the carrot and the onion, and you can kind of feel the Carolina Reaper creeping up on you, much more than in the Illuminati that I reviewed. Um, as far as heat scale goes, 0 to 10, I would personally place it at between, because my tolerance is getting higher. I don't know, it's hard to say. For me, it's between a 4 and a 5. If you're not really into spicy food, you're not really accustomed to some of the hotter sauces that you can find at your supermarket or online in this case, it's it's definitely going to sneak up on you with heat. You may be closer to about an 8 or 9 out of 10. So it's pretty spicy for sure. And I wasn't really sure what to pair it with. You know, they on their website, they highly recommend Mexican food, like for all their sauces. And in this case, I can totally understand because it has a strong sort of lime citrusy taste that I would venture to say goes really well with, like, you know, Mexican dishes, Latin American dishes, fish substitutes go really well with. And I also figured too, greens. You know, citrusy and flavors and greens go very well together. So I have some roasted Brussels sprouts, you know, getting hit with the holiday season. And I'm going to be mixing in a few tablespoons of this in with the Brussels sprouts, and I will comment on how it tastes. But yeah, it's like a slowly building heat. It's pretty spicy. I'm not going to try to guess Scoville information that I don't know anymore, because it's just too difficult to find, and a lot of companies, they don't want to invest into having their hot sauces tested because apparently it's very expensive, which I find weird. But yeah, I guess to get the most accurate Scoville assessment, it probably costs a decent amount of money. But yeah, let me quickly get this poured right there. That's 1 tablespoon. So yeah, it actually has a similar body to the homemade habanero sauce that I made and reviewed pretty recently. You know, you can see kind of on the spoon, it's got, you know, some minor, you know, leftover semi-solid chunks of Reaper, in this case Reaper, and vegetables. So yeah, because it's so liquidy, it's kind of hard to tell if it's an accurate 2 tablespoons, but that's kind of what I like to put for all my sauces to get, you know, a good, accurate taste with the food and see how it pairs. And initial flavor, 0 to 10, would be flavor. Oh, it's good. It's very citrusy. My own personal opinion is 10 out of 10. But knowing that not everyone likes to be bombarded with like lime and, you know, apple cider vinegar in some cases, yeah, you may find it to be a little bit too tart. So I would personally, just for the integrity of the review and knowing it's not going to be everyone's cup of tea, I would place it at about a 10. I'm sorry, an 8 out of 10. But in my case, I would place it at about a 10 out of 10. I've yet to been let down by Inferno Farms for their flavor. They're very good. So it's been pretty accurately mixed through. And I'm going to go for a taste now. See how it pairs. It really brings out the flavor of the greens. Like, it really does. It makes it taste more greeny, and you get hit with like a slight taste of capsaicin, and it's kind of slowly building up in your mouth. And it's a surprisingly good combination. If I'd planned a bit better ahead of time, I probably would have cooked up some taco meat and made some tacos, but this will do. Well, I get the honest impression that with whatever that you pair this sauce with, this is one of those unique sauces that is mainly going to bring out the flavor of the food. Paired with the Brussels sprouts, it would probably get closer to about a 7 out of 10, only because I don't taste as much of the citrusy notes and the and the carrot and an onion, as I did straight out of the bottle. But yeah, and as far as texture goes, I would put the texture at around, a moment. For texture, I placed it about between an 8 and a 9 out of 10. It's got pretty good texture, you know. It does have a strong body of vinegar, but it also has substance to it. I don't feel like just by tasting it, even though apple cider vinegar is the first ingredient, I don't feel like I'm just being hit purely with apple cider vinegar, and I'm not necessarily getting just such a huge wave of capsaicin either. For how spicy it's going to be for a lot of people, it's a very well balanced sauce. Because of its thinness, it would probably go extremely well in like an aioli sauce, like I've mentioned in a few other sauce reviews, but even better in this case. Burger sauce to help spice up the burger. You know, probably in a nice mayo-based sauce, especially if you're sensitive to heat. A mayo-based sauce it would go very well with. And if you like acidity in your starches, like potatoes and eggplant and rice, even rice too, like cumin rice or whatever, it would go really well with. So yeah, kind of a quick review. I'm trying to work on getting my reviews to be a bit more concise, because I feel like sometimes they're dragged on a bit longer than they needed to be. But yeah, if you have personally tried the Volcanus by Inferno Farms, please let me know what your opinion is of them in the comments. I would be glad to know. I do also get a slight aftertaste of ginger. And if you enjoy the video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe if you want to be notified of future uploads. And yeah, I will, because I know that, this probably isn't available at every single supermarket that's close by to you. I will leave a link in the description to where you can pick this up on their website. Oh, and as well, final thing, price point. I forgot to rate price point. For how good it is, how spicy it is for a lot, it's going to be for a lot of people without extract. I would place the price point at about 10 out of 10. So very good. And yeah, that's the video. I hope anyone who's watching this is having a great day, a great time of year. And yeah, comment below, letting me know your thoughts. And thank you for your support, any of you who chip in. All right, have a nice day.